Hello. So today's class is going to be an Acro-Inspired yoga class. I have music in my ears because I want to feel funky, but it might mean that my voice is rather loud. I apologize. So today is going to be all about conditioning. It's less yoga and more building the strength, and some of the activities I do in between my yoga practice to build strength and to build body awareness, strung together in a bit of a flow. Okay, so when you're ready, get your space clear, find room, roll out your mat, and come to stand at the front of your mat. Get your music on if you have any. I'm just going to adjust the camera so it's a nice height. How's that? Good? Awesome. So thumbs up if you can hear me, as usual. And let me check the time. Okie dokie. So I have my awesome book to guide me through this flow. I will draw it up neatly and I will post it at some point so you can follow that rather than the video once you get a little bit more independent with everything. Awesome. So come to the front of your mat, and the first thing we're going to do is build awareness of the body. So stand with the feet hip distance apart, and I want you to start to roll your shoulders. And see if you can keep the legs super, super solid. Beginning to press the feet into the ground, really feeling them really strong so they don't move anywhere. The core begins to engage, but the shoulders are moving. Awesome. Begin to roll the wrists and move the shoulders. Awesome. But keeping that lower body really solid. So I don't want to see any of this. We're teaching our body to turn one part off and the other part on. So remembering now to look after your body. If you have any injuries or anything like that, please take a check-in before we practice. If you're feeling a bit fragile today, if there's anything going on, then maybe move to one of the slower yoga practices that you can find on my YouTube page. Awesome. Shoulder strength. Okay, then we're going to keep the top part of the body solid, arms out, and we're just going to move the legs. So really solid through the chest, knitting the ribs down and in. Awesome. Just moving the legs, moving the knees, rolling the ankles. Keep going. If you've got music on, do it to the beat of music. See if you can move circles with the knees, testing your range of movement, beginning to enjoy any movement that you've got going on. Awesome. The shoulders should be burning slightly. Really reach out through the fingertips, keep straight and strong. The legs a little shake out. Take a big breath in. And exhale, shake the arms out. Lovely. Just going to take my top off for a second to teach you about the front body and the back body. So today I'm going to be talking a lot about hollowing and arching. So we're going to do a few activities just to get that into our brains. So when we hollow, it's about drawing the ribs in, drawing everything, compacting. Imagining we're trying to wrap ourselves around a massive exercise ball. So we're pulling everything in. So it's being pushed in here. So drawing the ribs down, contracting the legs, squeezing through the buttocks, through the legs. Drawing the core up and in. Awesome. Nice. So I'm going to play good banana, bad banana. So good banana. So we draw the hands up, draw the ribs in, arch around. Bad banana. It's the opposite way. So just gentle to start with. Good banana. Ribs back, hips forward. Bad banana. Open out. Strut the shoulder blades down the back. Lovely. Good banana. Draw the core up and in. You want to challenge yourself. Come up onto the tiptoes. Squeeze the bum. Bad banana. Open it. Nice. So when we're down on the floor, when we're doing kind of boats, we're coming into this good banana position, drawing the low back down towards the ground. When we're opening out, when we're in kind of cobra, those kind of poses on the ground, this is where we are. Drawing open, pushing hips forward, lengthening up as well as leaning back. Big breath in. Exhale. Awesome. So if I say find integrity in the front body, that means that I want you to draw in and find some activation here. If I say open the front body, I want you to open all the way up. Okay, awesome. So now we're going to take some slow rolls and we're going to make our way down to the mat. So from the front of the mat, we've warmed the body up, we've begun to get that energy going. We're going to take a deep inhale, lift the hands up. Exhale, slight micro bend in the knee. Super slowly, lead with the chest. And roll down, release the head last. And then as we inhale, push through the ankles, draw the belly button up to the sky and roll super slowly. Chin to chest as we come up, and then lift the gaze, lift the hands. Nice. This time we'll exhale, starting with the hands, chin towards chest, starting with the top of the spine, the mid-back, and then the lower back as we slowly hinge down. One more time, inhale, lift up. Exhale, roll down. Coming all the way down into our tabletop position, press the hands into the floor, spread the fingers wide, and step back into a kneeling. Hips and knees in line, shoulders kind of slightly active. And another great way we can get into that front body, back body kind of movement is opening the front body, would be pushing the chest down and through into our cow position. And back body, or pushing into the back body, finding integrity in the front body, is drawing the ribs up towards the ceiling, pushing the ground away. Inhaling. And exhaling. A few more of these here. If you want to make it funky, you can begin to bend the elbows as well, push the ground away. And as we're breathing through this movement, I want you to notice where you carry the weight in your hands. I want you to spread those fingers. And I want you to ground down in the space between the thumb and the finger. And really feel like the whole of that palm is nicely in contact with the floor. Nice. When you're ready, we're going to push back to our first downward dog. Tucking the toes. If you're not watching this live, you can take this opportunity to take a few sun salutations if you know what those are. We're just going to go straight into a downward dog. Spreading those fingers wide and starting to load the front. Oh, there's a dog coming in front of the camera, doing a bit of a stretch with me. Roll forward and feel that load. Push the ground away. Find that integrity, pressing through all the pads of the fingers. And drawing those ribs back towards the wall behind you. So rather than collapsing down and finding bend in the elbows, we're working on that alignment, pressing through the hands, lengthening the pelvis towards the ceiling. Nice. Exhale to a child's pose if you need some time. You can also do the next activity from a tabletop position if that feels better for you. We're going to work on a little bit of warming up our hip mobility. So we're going to bend our knee into the chest, whichever leg, doesn't matter. Bring it out, take it up and around. So like you're trying to draw a weird kind of circle through the hip. 3 times one way. Really play with finding extra space. I don't mind if your shoulders come out of alignment here. We're just playing. And then finding the other direction. Awesome. When you've done one side, swapping over to the other side, finding that mobility, finding the integrity, trying to pull the heel towards the buttock, finding that activation through the bent leg, as well as drawing the circles. Breathing here is super important. Awesome. And once you've done those circles, I want you to slowly walk your way to the front of the mat. Exhale here. Inhale, sweep the body up. Exhale. Nice. From the front of the mat, inhale, lift your hands again. Reach them towards the ceiling. Feet hip distance apart just. As you exhale, lean over to one side. And as you do this, plug down through your standing feet. Nice. And then I want you to squeeze those hands together. Find that extra little bit of stretch. Inhale, open. Maybe exhale, come a little deeper. Squeeze those hands together. Inhale, open. Last time, exhale. Inhale all the way back. Find a stretch, maybe wiggle things out. And the same thing on the other side. Push down through those standing feet. Exhale. Inhale into that side, really stretching, lengthening. Imagine there's a big long line of energy there. Exhale, squeeze those hands together for that extra bit of stretch. Inhale, open. Exhale, bend a little more into it. Squeeze those hands together. Release the head and neck. Last time, inhale. And exhale. Inhale all the way back to center. Exhale here. We're going to start with the flow. We're going to do it on each side. Then we're going to do another flow, and then we're going to come down to seated. On the inhale, body awareness. Really feel that breath moving the hands up. Feel the energy lengthening through the body. Exhale, fold forward. Release the head and neck for a moment. Inhale, find that awareness of lifting and finding that hollow body as we lengthen forward. Ribs coming up towards the ceiling. Exhale, spread the fingers, step back into a plank position. Stack shoulders and wrists. Draw belly in and cup hips towards the triceps. So rather than this, we're drawing forward, hips towards the triceps, pressing through, squeezing the legs together. From here, we're going to take some shoulder shrugs. This is where we release the muscles, lower down, and press back. So 10 shoulder shrugs. I'll come a little closer to the camera to show you. So just the shoulders moving. 7 maybe, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. When you're ready, shift the weight into one hand, pick the other one up, step that hand out, and release. So we're stepping, shifting weight. And this is the time to really notice the activation of the muscles. The movement of the body is one long line. So I'm not flopping about all over the place. I'm moving super mindfully, almost pouring at the ground as I reach and transition my weight. Nice. Breathe here. 3 to 10 press-ups, depending on where you are today. So take an inhale. As you exhale, elbow slightly out, down, press up on the exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Press through the ground, and then lower with an extra exhale onto the belly. And pause here for a moment. Awesome. Release those hands out in front of you. Draw the belly button down. Extend through the legs like you're magnetized. Take an inhale. Lift that chest away from the floor. And reach forward with the hands. 2 big deep breaths here. And then as you exhale, place the left hand in front of your chest, diagonally along the short edge of your mat. Bring the right hand, grab the foot, draw the heel towards your buttock, and then straighten the shoulders towards the short edge of your mat. Breathing here. Lovely thigh stretch. Here's the cheeky bit. As you release there, you're going to take your right hand, place it on your left, tuck your toes, push through the forearm that's on the floor, and twist into a side plank. I was forgetting the words there. So we're in a side plank now, lifting those hips. You want to make this more challenging. Activate a leg, draw it away. Notice that space between my hips in the ground and that strong push through the shoulders. Nice. Exhale, bring it down. See how slowly and controlled you can bring this down back to the ground, swapping the forearms around. So this time, the left forearm is on the ground, and we're going for that thigh stretch again. So reaching back, pushing the heel towards the buttock and straightening the shoulders to the short edge of your mat. Breathing here. Deep breaths. And try and relax that shoulder away from the ear. Kick back slightly into the hand with the bent foot. And again, exhale, release that leg. Put your right hand on your left this time. And again, we're pushing, tucking the toes, lifting through the core and rolling into a side plank. If this is too much for you, you can, of course, bring that bottom knee down. Holding here for 5, 4, 3, draw the belly in, hips up, open the chest, lengthen the neck. Exhale, control on the way down. Walking your way up slowly into your downward dog. Hello, downward dog. Hello, hello. If you need to take a child's pose at this point, you're perfectly welcome to. I'd recommend tucking the chin, having a little loosen of the neck. And we're going to do some downward dog press-ups now. I'm going to show you 3 options for this time. You carry on with the option that feels good to you. So first option is turning the wrist slightly in, fingers tiny, tiny bit facing you. You're going to send the elbows out. Find that integrity in the front body by drawing the ribs up and in and pressing the head directly down towards the ground. Coming up onto the tiptoes. Knees can be bent here, that's fine. So you can carry on with those, maybe lifting a leg if it's too easy, or option number 2, we're going to bend the elbows backwards, lift the chest forwards, and again, finding that integrity in the front body and lowering forehead to the ground, pressing away. Aiming to create a kind of right angle, although I'm not quite there yet. So stacking wrist and elbow, bending, leaning forward. Aim is to get forward to the ground, but when my forehead comes to the ground, my whole body collapses as well. So you can carry on with a few of those. And then when you're ready, if you want to, shifting into forearm press-ups. So rolling the forearms in, drawing integrity in the body again, and easing the elbows towards the floor. Just a few more moments here, working with whatever movements, grounding through the hands, breathing into those spaces that feel tight, and stopping if you need to. Take a breath here. Big exhale. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, bend that knee into the chest, step it forward. Keep the left hand down, finding a nice low lunge. Plant the left hand, rise through the right hand, twisted lunge. Breathe, lengthen the top of the head forward towards the wall. Draw the ribs back behind you, as if you're trying to tuck your low ribs in towards your hips. Nice. When you're ready, exhale that right hand down inside the foot. Coming down into a lizard pose, keeping it high if that feels good for you today, if you want that energy there, or keeping it low, forearms on the ground, hips magnetizing towards the floor. Maybe a rock and a roll here for 5. Breathe deep, 4, 3. Notice if you're tensing up in the shoulders or any part of the body. This is a mobility pose. You don't need to be powering through it. You don't need to be forcing your body into anything. It's a waste of energy. We've got a lot to go in this class. On an inhale, rise up. Nice. Exhale, hop the back foot in, twisting it round. Inhale, lift to your warrior A. Bending into that front knee stacked over ankle, sinking into the hips, drawing up in the core. Find that nice hollow top of your body, so drawing the ribs in, stretching the arms up. Nice. Then when you're ready, come onto the back toes and the front toes. We're going to do 5 to 10 lunges. Exhaling, bending the knee towards the ground. Inhaling up. Exhaling. And inhaling. So doing 5 isn't always the easier option. Slower is stronger, making sure you feel that squeeze at the top of the lunge, making sure you're feeling those nice stabilizing muscles switching on. Try not to tense up through the shoulders, tucking the shoulder blades into your back pockets. Fine. Inhale, lift up, plant that front foot, reach forward. Inhaling, pressing the ground away, lifting into a warrior 3. Hips parallel with the mat or the floor, lengthening back through the toe. And again, seeing if you can find a nice, strong, straight line. So engage through that back leg, practicing that sense of tension that you need in things like a handstand. Nice. When you're ready, squeeze that knee into your chest. Bring it all forward to a standing position with one leg off the floor. Nice. And here's a chance for us to adjust our level. So if this feels super easy, great. We'll move on. But this is already hard. I want you to practice drawing in that calf, ribs, pressing through that standing leg and just holding here, using and feeling the sensation of the core, drawing up and in to suck that leg into its socket. This is easy. We're going to do some lovely, I've already done lots of these today, pistol squats. So we're going to exhale down, bring the hands down. Inhale up. Now maybe you need a wall for this, that's fine. We're going to do 3. Exhale down. You're still standing just with that leg bent, that's amazing. Inhale up. Exhale down, last one. Inhale up. This time as we exhale down, we're coming all the way onto the floor. Whew. For some core work. So at the moment you're here, we're going to slowly lower onto our back, lengthen through that leg, bent knee stacked across the hip. Reach the hands up if you need that extra little bit. Nice. Inhale the foot in, press the low back down, lift the shoulders off the floor, and feel that core working. Amazing. When you're ready, we're going to stretch those legs out and we're going to open and shut for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can go on for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 if you want. Exhale, press the heels just behind the buttocks. Roll the shoulders slightly underneath. And we're going to do 5 hip raises or bridge postures. Inhaling, pushing, really activating through the buttocks. Squeeze the knees slightly together. Exhale, lower down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Feel the spine settling. Nice. Find that sense of settling through the whole spine in contact with the floor. And then inhale, begin to roll those shoulders up, keeping the chin tucked back so we're not straining the neck. Draw the belly down, knees over hips. Again, option here to extend the legs or keep them bent. If you're extending, we're going to do little kind of thin whales, keeping that low back down, keeping the core really nice and strong. If you're here, you're just going to do little tiny rocks of the knee forwards and backwards. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, reach these feet up. Rock and roll. It may take a few tries to the front of the mat. And to standing. Pause here for a moment. Take a breath. Grab some water. You've been working really hard. Nice. So, you've got 30 seconds. I need to go and check on my chickens who are outside. I'll give you a shot of the dog while I do. Okay, so we're going to do that exact same flow on the other side. The chickens are fine. Amazing. So coming back to a standing position. Come on. Finding that front body, back body awareness. How's your core feeling? How's your body feeling? Okay, round 2, other side. Inhale, sweep the hands up, feel really super strong and long. This time we're going to bring it onto our toes. Let the hips stack more forward than you think they need to. Let the ribs draw backwards and let the hands reach towards the sky. Squeeze the legs together, squeeze the glutes. Take a big inhale. Exhale, super slowly roll down towards the ground, release the head and neck. Inhale, lift and lengthen, front body finds integrity, lengthening the top of the head towards the wall. Exhale, plant the hands, hop or step back to your plank position. Same thing again. Well, same but different. Shoulder shrugs for 10. Dropping, drawing up and feeling that press through the hands. Notice what part of the hands are in contact. Notice how engaged the arms are. Bringing that awareness. Squeezing the legs together, tucking the hips. My bum is a little bit high. 2 more. 1, 2. Nice. Take a breath here. Then on the next inhale, step the left hand and the right hand into a kind of diamond triangle shape on the mat. And you're going to rock your weight forward so shoulders are over wrists. You're going to bend the elbows out and press the ground away for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale all the way down onto the ground. Release the hands. Take a moment. Tuck the chin, draw up and back. Let the feet hover off the ground. And then inhale, let the hands hover off the ground. So we're using that back to squeeze up. So I don't want to see anyone's shoulders against their ears. Space through the shoulders, space through the neck. Breathing here. Option to come back and grab the ankles, lifting up into a Dhanurasana or wheel pose if you would like to. Again, my shoulders are relaxing away from my ears. I'm breathing into my heart space, so I'm breathing into my rib cage. Try not to resist that full deep breath. Exhale, release down. Inhale, lift up. Press back to a downward dog. Again, awareness of where the feet, of where the hands are. Awareness of the activation of the core. The strength of the shoulder girdle. And again, your options here, whatever you want to do. I'd recommend starting with some of those lovely downward dog press-ups. Head towards the ground, pushing the earth away. This is super easy. Bringing those hands back into a neutral position. Bending the elbows, stacking elbows over wrists. Maybe taking the feet a little bit in. Sending the weight forwards. Pushing the ground away. And again, do a few of these. Really get that awareness of what muscles we're using in the shoulder and more importantly, the back, drawing the shoulder blades down into the back body. And then a few forearm presses. So forearms down and then bring them back up. Make sure the elbows and the shoulders are in line. Okay, find that integrity in the back body, drawing the rib cage up and into the torso. And then maybe today you want to leave it there, or maybe you want to tiptoe forward, hips as far over elbows as you can, or not as far over, in line with elbows if you can, and then bringing it up to a forearm stand. That feels super good for you. Maybe just taking a few kicks, leaving one foot on the floor, kicking and swapping. So that's up to you, giving you a few moments there. Those of you that are very sensible will currently be in a child's pose, having a little bit of a rest. Amazing. Coming back to that downward dog, taking a breath. When you're ready, inhaling the right foot up. Aligned. Bring that right foot back down. Inhaling the left foot up. Exhale, bringing it through into that lovely long lunge. Taking an inhale, lifting the left hand to the sky. Coming into that twisted lunge. Drawing the shoulders away from the ears. Pressing into that grounded hand, but also lifting with that top hand, using the core, using the body to lift weight out of the bottom hand so you're not dumping everything in. Breathing strong. Then when you're ready, exhaling, left hand down in between the feet, inside the foot. Breathing here. Two more deep breaths. Inhale, lifting up onto the hands. Exhale, hopping that back foot in. Inhale, rising up to a warrior A, holding here for a moment. Drawing up in the core. Hips square to the short edge of the mat. Then when you're ready, coming up onto the back toes, straighten the front leg. Exhale, bending. Inhale up. The top of your body is in that kind of hollow position. Nice. Again, 5 to 10. When you're ready, leaning into that front foot, grounding it down, lifting with an inhale that back foot off the floor, coming into your warrior. Closing, finding integrity in that front body, lengthening through the back leg, and the knee should be facing the floor. See if you can draw those shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, draw all the way up. Coming into that lovely standing on one leg position. And again, here is a time to adjust to your level. So maybe you're standing here, pushing through the legs, drawing up in the core, pressing through the hands. Maybe that's someone you're working on. Maybe you're taking it for pistol squats. Okay, remember you can use the wall. Maybe you're just practicing a little bend and then lengthening up. Maybe like me, you're going to go whole hog for 3. Ready? Nice. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. That was a cheeky bounce. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale down to the ground, everyone. Coming onto your back. Nice. And as you come onto your back, one leg is lengthened out, the knee is stacked over the hip. You're drawing the belly down to the ground, cupping through the shoulders, maybe hands are above the head. Everything is active. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straightening the legs out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, I'm really struggling. I've done this twice today. Whew. And then when you're ready, you're going to hip lift to the sky. So shrugging the shoulders underneath you, feet just behind the buttocks. And as you inhale, imagine you're peeling yourself off the floor. Squeeze the bum at the top. And as you exhale, you're peeling yourself down onto the floor. Does that work? I don't know. You're lowering yourself down. We'll do 3 more, inhaling and exhaling. This can be a really nice time to come back to the body. And a little more core training here. So stacking knees over hips, lifting and curling. So that low belly, that whole back is drawing into the ground. Maybe hands go above the head. Maybe if you're super strong, you take one, maybe 2 legs down. Nice. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Curl those knees up towards the sky. Lengthen the legs here, reaching toes towards the ceiling, lifting fingertips, and then bringing them down. So you're really curling in, drawing the low back down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it here. Pump the hands for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then if you can, as slow as you can, lower those legs towards the ground. And then bring them up and over, rocking up to a standing position. Amazing. So your choice here, you can either, oh, my music's up. You can either vinyasa, as I'm going to, into the next position, or you can just step into it. So if you're stepping into it, you're just going to step back into a lunge. If you're with me, inhale, sweep the hands up, gaze up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen, half fold here, or half unfold here. And then lean away into the hands if you want to try a little crow here, or a little lift, that's great. Stepping back, lowering down into your chaturanga, inhaling up into up dog or cobra with the arms bent. Exhale, rolling, tuck the chin, draw through into a downward dog. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, super squeeze it in. Find a moment of tiger pose here, then stretch that leg out in front of you. Exhale. So for those of you that are stepping back, you got your right leg forward, your left leg back. You're in this position. You're going to straighten the leg and come into a fold over that front leg. And then just begin to bend and straighten. Bend and straighten with the breath, working some mobility into the hips and the hamstrings. And when you're ready, using an inhale, press into that standing foot, lengthen forward. This time opening upward to the side for a half moon. Whew. So I have this sneaky way of escaping any kind of glute activation by lowering my legs. So really keeping that leg up towards the ceiling. And then coming out into a wide position, turning both toes to the long edge of your mat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward, tuck the chin around the back slightly. We're going to do this twice more. Inhale, roll up. Micro bend the knees if you need to. Exhale. Inhale. Yeah, energy. Exhale. This time as we inhale, we're lifting up, turn the heels in, bend into a nice deep goddess. As you're here, I want you to imagine, I'm terrible for this, dog butt. It's kind of all the Instagram trends. It's like, oh yeah, look at my, yeah. But it's really not great for my low back. So I'm going to draw my belly up and in. I'm going to draw my ribs back. And I'm literally imagining, oh, maybe not that gesture, but I'm imagining that I'm trying to pull my hips forward and bend into the knees, rolling the knees outwards so they track across the toes. You'll notice as I roll my knees outward, my bum tends to do this because I'm cheating. So draw those hips back. Present yourself forward. Hold here for 3 more seconds. 1, long seconds. 2, 3, inhale, straighten those legs, turn the toes back in. Exhale, fold forward. And you can hold the elbows here. Taking 4 or 5 really deep breaths to let the spine lengthen out. Or maybe you hold onto the ankles and are twisting through. Nice. Okay, for those of you that want to join me in a little bit of handstand practice, you're more than welcome to do that. We've got 2 rounds of this, so be careful, just take it easy. We're going to bring our hands under the shoulders, just in front of the edge of our mat. We're going to stack the shoulders over the wrists and push to hollow out the body, making sure the weight is moving into the knuckles and lifting up onto the toes. If you want to try a few hops here, press the ground away. It's more of a press than a jump. So I'm pressing into the ground rather than jumping. If I jump, my hands will buckle. So pressing into the ground and the floor just comes away. Awesome. If you're just here rocking and rolling, just practicing taking that weight forward to get away from that fear, and that is also an amazing place to be. 1 or 2 more seconds here. And then when you're ready, exhale, bring it down. Let everything go. Know that it doesn't matter how far you got or where you went. Inhale, roll up. Exhale. Keeping those feet nice and wide as I haven't. We're now going to Skandasana, bending one knee, letting it track over the alignment of the foot, pressing up. Keeping the chest open, unlike me. Feet in contact with the floor. Inhale all the way up, pivot to the opposite end of your mat. Take an inhale. Exhale, fold over the opposite leg this time. And again, once you're here, bending and straightening into that leg. And then when you're ready, lifting onto that foot, coming up into your half moon. Really rolling one hip on top of the other, opening the chest as if you're being made into a sandwich. So you've got one piece of bread in front of you and one piece behind you, and you are the filling, and you've got to be flat. And then exhaling back to that wide leg position. Final go. Inhale, sweep the hands up. We're nearly at the end of the class. Exhale, fold forward. Breathing here, maybe walking your body to one side and then walking to the other side. Resting on each side for at least 3 breaths. Noticing whether your hips jut out or whether they're staying centered. Coming back to center, trying a few of our handstands, leaning the weight forward. Stacking shoulders and wrists. Pressing into the ground. Maybe we have a jump. Maybe we have a press. Nice. And whatever you're doing, find that push. Find the push. It's all about pushing the ground away. Nice. Okay, and then when you're ready, if you can, rock the weight into the hands, hop the feet down, or just squat and shuffle your way down to the ground. Take an inhale, sweep the hands up. And an exhale, bring one hand onto the other. Super slowly push that energy back down. Inhale, sweep up. We've got a few more postures left before the end of the class. Exhale. Twice more, one on each side. Pushing the hand down, breathing out. Inhale. And exhale. Nice. Take an inhale here, lengthen through the spine, tuck the chin slightly back. Feel like you're growing out of your hip bones, sitting up on the hip bones as much as you can, bending the knees if you need to. With an exhale, lift and pull your weight forward into either a pancake, if that is in your repertoire, it's not in many people's, or bending and just leaning forward, crawling the fingertips, keeping the legs nice and active. Nice. Playing with the sensation here, being playful with the body. And then gently walking back up. Straightening the legs out. When you're ready, you're going to lean over to one side. Inhale, sweep both hands up. Exhale, take the left hand, reach it towards the right hip and press down, or right top of the thigh, and reach over to the left. So right hand is reaching, but rather than reaching down and grabbing the foot, I want you to see if you can open through the chest, lengthen through that side of the body, and keep both sit bones grounded. Inhale, lift all the way back up, swapping sides, taking right hand to left thigh, reaching over with the left hand. Breathing nice and deep here, letting the head and neck relax, letting the breath deepen. Inhale back up to center. Option one is you just take your hands over one side of the leg and create a little twist. Option two is you come into full pigeon, bending ankle towards opposite hip and leaning down. Trying to drive the hip that is not on the ground. Trying to square those hips up. 2 more deep breaths here. Inhale, lift. Exhale, roll back. Use your core, find that stability, and swap over sides. So again, maybe you're just doing this. Maybe you've had enough today. Or maybe you're rolling all the way into that pigeon on the other side. Using that inhale to find space and that exhale to bring it all the way down. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, rolling back. Bring those knees up, maybe holding the back of the knees if you need to, maybe having your legs straight if you want to. And my favorite kind of crazy walk, because you got to have some fun as well, to face the front of the mat with your feet. Awesome. Nice. So option here, this is a really nice place to roll down and begin to take some gentle leg rolls, windscreen wipering the knees. This is also a great place to take your final attempt at some handstands and inversions. So if you're on the floor, you are very wise. If you're coming up with me, you are probably type A. Woo! Okay, so when you're ready, we're going to bring our hands to the ground. We're going to come into a kind of little tap position. We're going to press the floor away. We're just going to touch the toes to the back of the arms. Now, if this is working for you and you want to try leaning all that weight in and lifting the toes off the floor, that's also great. So it's a push and a scoop and a draw up. So you're scooping, practice that movement, scooping your way into a hand balance. Nice. Once you've done a few rounds of those, you can lift a leg and do some kick switches. Keeping that integrity. Seeing if you can slow down the descent a lot better than I can. Awesome. And if you feel like you're ready, now I haven't taught you all of the elements of handstand, so don't worry if you feel like you're not ready. Just keep kicking, keep having a go at whatever you want to. If you feel like you're ready, hands up above the head, drawing the ribs in, hips forward, leaning in a straight line. Oh, I kicked the sofa. Lifting that leg up, finding that hover. Maybe both feet come towards the ceiling. Remember, it doesn't matter. Today is not my handstand day, and it might not be yours. So just do what you can. For those of you on the ground, maybe you're taking a happy baby by now. Feet into the sides of the rib cage. Okay. So last few attempts at handstands for myself as well as you guys. Nice. Bring it all down. That was my ego there. I apologize. Bring it all down. I'm going to join the people on the floor, taking a few side-to-side movements. If you're playing this back, then you can pause here, take a little longer to warm down, knees into armpits, rolling the low back on the floor, breathing deep. You've worked super hard. Nice. And then bending one knee into the chest, stretching the other leg out and really grounding it down to the floor. Maybe drawing that leg across the chest to come into a twist, stretching the arms out to a T. Taking a really deep inhale and using the exhale to anchor the shoulder back. Inhale back to center, swapping the legs over, squeezing that knee into the chest. And then rolling it over to the side. Opening out the hands. Using those deep breaths to feel that sense of grounding moving through the body. Inhale back to center. Exhale, squeeze both knees into the chest. Bring the chin up towards the knees. And then exhale as slow as you like. Keeping the low back on the ground, lengthening the ankles, hovering them above the floor, hovering the shoulders off the floor. Take a really deep inhale. And exhale, let it all go. Coming into our final resting position for the class. So just stay here. Maybe grab a cover or a blanket. Just lying on your back. Awesome. Well done for making it this far. Taking however long you want, however long you need. To just relax. Letting the shoulders relax down into the ground. Using the inhale and the exhale, letting it roll like waves across your body. Letting the jaw release, the facial muscles relax as you exhale. And for whatever period of time feels appropriate, just allowing the thoughts to ebb and flow without needing to interact, to engage with any of them. When you're ready, you can come back to standing. Again, if you'd like to make a donation to the class, then you can do that on PayPal, which I'll post in the comment section and underneath the video. Thank you so much, everyone, and I hope you really, really enjoyed the class. Remember, it's a super hard class. If you'd like more classes like this, please let me know. If you'd like more vinyasa classes and slow flow classes, also let me know so I know what to post. There will be one class or one video a week for the foreseeable future, and that will be entirely dictated on what you like. Okay, thank you very much. Come back to the world when you're ready.